Hello, everybody. Welcome to The Toxic Truth About Water. We're Doctors Glenn and Ina Nozak, and we are bringing you an exciting episode today that we consider one of the bonus episodes. So we completed our series, and this is our second of two bonus episodes that we are excited about. Just to back up, we have explored throughout the series the problem at hand, the contaminants in our water, the various contaminants that we need to be concerned about. It's a big problem. As you guys now know, if you've been listening, it's a very big problem. And we also talked about the various solutions. What do we do now that we know? What do we do? And some people are still wanting to know, what do you guys do? What do you recommend? Or maybe you have a system and you're not quite sure. Maybe you just want to explore just something that you feel really confident with. So in this episode, we want to share with you what we feel after many years working with cleansing and detox and toxicity, and also always having a system, or not always, but for many years having a whole house system in New Jersey and then down here, but now recognizing that in all the years, probably 25 years since we've been doing something for the water in our home, we've never seen a system that does what this system does. And we have a lot of things to share as to why we feel so proud and passionate about a water filtration system of all things.
Seems bizarre to get excited about that, but really we should be, because we're so connected to water in our daily lives, from drinking water to bathing in water, using it to brush our teeth, wash our clothes, wash our fruits and vegetables. It's part of it. And we now know, and especially you and I now know through research, how detrimental some of what's being done to the water in the name of trying to help us. In all fairness, in the name of trying to help us, is still not helping us, in fact, and is making a lot of people's health worse.
Of course, it's contributing to a lot of the health crisis that we're really all a part of. And so, having said that, for those of you, some of you know us before the podcast. Some of you only know us since listening to us here. And what I want to get across is, at this stage of our life, we, like many of you, have become very skeptical, very cynical, not really trusting a lot of what's out there, products, companies, people. And unfortunately, there's bad players in all industries. And I think we'll all agree on that. And it doesn't mean that it's all bad and you can't trust anything. But unfortunately, there's a lot of that, and Glenn and I have become just more so in the past few years than ever before. And so for us to align with a company and represent a product from a company, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. So we want to share with you something that we feel just very excited about, because the company, the product, the people, the integrity is there, the transparency is there. The technology is so much more superior. There's so many reasons why, if you're looking to filter the water in your home, why you might choose this system. And just as a little aside, 3 years ago when we moved to Florida, we put a system in our house here in Florida, similar to what we had in New Jersey. And when we learned about this particular system, even though that system was pretty new, we took it all out, we removed it all, and we put in this system. And this is what we wholeheartedly believe to be the best technology in the industry. So we're going to share with you what it is, how it works, how it's different. But just to back up real quick, so the name of the company that we represent is Pure Home 365. We are a national company. We sell all over the country. We're also actually global. We're in a couple other countries. Glenn and I try to stick to. There's plenty of people here in the U.S. that need our product. Pure Way is our water division. And we're
owned by the same people, by the way.
Correct, right. So Pure Way, Pure Home 365, Pure Way Water Filtration, one and the same in terms of who's running this incredible company. And if you tuned into our bonus episode that we recorded previously, Owen Boyd is the founder of the technology that our company has exclusive rights to distribute. So we're the only company in the world that uses this particular technology. And just so you guys know, for almost 40 years, this technology has been involved with producing, creating medical grade water. So specifically, it was really in medical and dental offices that this technology was used. But as the evolution continued and more research and development, and the doctors and dentists that had this technology in their offices, they wanted it in their homes. And so now we are able to offer it to residents for commercial use as well. And it's just really fantastic. So we're going to talk about what it is and all the different features of it.
We're going to break it down and let you know that, but here's the spoiler alert for me. This is what really sold me. The one thing we knew all along, all these years, was that our drinking water was apparently better than our other water. Even though everything we had done previously was still some form of filtration done to the water to the best of our knowledge and ability of what we thought was out there, what we learned, what we used to have. But we knew it. We knew that our shower water isn't what we wanted to drink necessarily.
Correct.
What's really exciting here is you're getting the highest quality water out of every faucet, shower, and spigot in your house.
You could actually fill up your water bottle with your bathroom sink and have the same quality of water as you would from your kitchen sink. Anywhere in your home is going to be this amazing medical grade quality water with all the contaminants out, but maintaining the minerals, which we'll talk about.
Why haven't you heard about this? Is it really so different? It is. It's been hiding, like Ina said, in the medical and dental world for literally decades.
Yep.
And it hasn't been available. Yet it's an award-winning technology. Multi-award winning.
Actually, 3 very prestigious awards have been won for this particular technology,
including the EPA's innovative technology. That's a big deal. That's the EPA. They're the ones looking out for environmental protection, period. So for them to give an innovative award on how this is actually working with water is huge.
It really is. And I'm going to say this, and Glenn will agree with this, probably the most important thing for us out of all the things we're going to share with you in this episode, the most important thing is that this system that we represent is third-party tested by 4 different independent labs. Now, we've worked with nutritional supplementation for almost 40 years. And I just want to share a little analogy. When you buy a bottle of vitamin C, for example, and let's say the label says 500 milligrams of vitamin C, how do you know there's 500 milligrams that not only went into the supplement, but it's also coming out, like when you take it, right? Absorption, we're not talking about. We're just talking about the bottle, the label. If something isn't third-party tested, like a supplement, you don't know what's in there. You don't know that maybe there's also, aside from not the right amount of nutrient that they're claiming, maybe there's toxic heavy metals, maybe there's other or maybe there's something else in there. So third-party testing has always been really important for us in the world of supplementation. And now in water filtration, the fact that our system is third-party tested by 4 independent labs. So when we tell you that we're taking out 99.9999% of all the microbiological contaminants, all of the PFAS, all of the heavy metals, the pharmaceuticals, the microplastics, the chlorine and all the chlorine compounds. When we say that, we're not just saying that. We have proof. And that is really important. And we're not going to talk negatively about other companies, but other companies can say that. But when you ask for the proof, chances are they're not going to be able to produce that for you.
And Ina mentioned something. We've talked about it on past episodes a little bit about this technology, something called microbiological contaminants. But breaking it down to the microbiological contaminants was what we knew at the time. Now we're able to break it down to the nanoparticles to actually, and we need to. That's the thing that's changed in our contaminant world is now contaminants are breaking down to even smaller parts, and we're finding that they are still getting into both our bodies, into our foods and water, And so we need to filter it out, especially out of the water.
And let's just talk about the biologicals for a minute. We did a whole episode on that. A lot of systems will produce biofouling, where bacteria is actually growing within the system and getting into our water. With our system, we know we're killing, we're filtering down and not only trapping, but killing any microorganism that exists. So if there's a boil alert, if there's a boil order, and we talked about that also in previous episodes, with our system, you never have to worry about boiling the water because, again, we're filtering down to that level. With other systems, most likely you still need to boil the water. When we had our whole house carbon filtration system, if there was a boil alert, we still had to boil the water because it doesn't filter out to that level. So that's really important. The other thing is, our system doesn't require electricity.
Yeah. There's no backwashing. There's no regeneration. So a lot of these carbon filtration units need to be like backwashed. We need to take those contaminants and flush them out, which unfortunately is flushed back typically into the aquifer. So that's not doing a good thing either. But I get it. You want it out of the filter. However, that's not required with this. What we have is a unique tri-filter system. And it doesn't require any backwashing or electricity.
Let's just talk about that for just one moment. If you have a power outage, if you have a power surge, you have to be concerned. You have to make sure, you have to check to make sure that it didn't kick off your system. With our system, you have total peace of mind. And down here in Florida, we have power outages now and again. I think we have them all over the country. Peace of mind knowing that we never have to worry about it because it's not connected to electricity, never an issue.
Now, I was going to say, the next item that I would bring up is softening or conditioning the water.
And see, I always cut him off. You guys know already, right? Yeah. So we talked about softeners on a previous episode, and then Owen Boyd talked about, really the downside of softeners. So just as a refresher, a softener will protect your house, your plumbing, your appliances. It's not doing anything good for our bodies or for the environment. But we want those benefits, right? If you have a home, you want your plumbing to last. You don't want that calcium carbonate buildup on your faucet. You don't want your dishwasher or your washing machine or your hot water heater or your coffee maker to die early, to not have a long life because it's got all this buildup, this scale buildup. So our system conditions the water without salt. So it's going to do all of those things. You will sustain the life of your appliances and your plumbing and all that, but no salt.
And we won't get into it on this episode because we've done it before, but salt is just bad for our environment. So
it's bad for our body.
And bad for the body too. Absolutely. So it's a win. And the system covers that, and that's huge. Another thing is so many of these systems, part of the sale is really a service contract. That's ultimately where some of these companies are making their money. Either systems, their tanks have to be rebed every so often, where literally they bring them to a company, they tell them exactly, they
basically redo the inside of the tank. And even if it's not that time, usually yearly, like with our other systems that we've had, yearly, they're coming out and they're doing maintenance calls. They're changing the filters. A lot of times you have to get the filters through them, but they come and they will change them for you and all that. And it adds up over time.
These are no contract situations where there's self-maintenance. It's minimal maintenance. Just simply, it's a 3-stage filter system, 3 different proprietary filters designed to really allow you to get down to that nanobiological level at a whole house level.
And so the reason why we don't have service contracts is because, like Glenn said, it's extremely low maintenance. So the lifespan of our filters is a minimum of 2 to 3 years, sometimes more like 4, 5, 6 or more years, depending on water consumption, depending on the size that's suitable for you, for your household. So it's very low maintenance, which saves you a ton of money down the road. And when it's time to replace those filters, you literally have a brand new system. It's like a brand new system just with that filter change. So that's super duper cool.
Go ahead.
The other thing is that we have a lifetime warranty on the housing of our unit. So that's cool because if something happens to it, whether something falls on it or someone backs up into it, if it's in the garage or whatever, right? Lifetime warranty. So you never ever have to worry about the housing. The filter change is a minimum of every 2 to 3 years. So it's really total peace of
I'll
mind.
clarify that just so people understand, because you say lifetime warranty on the housing. Sounds, oh, just the housing? No, because all there is, this isn't a mechanical based device per se. It doesn't require electricity. The moving parts in here are the water. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the moving part. So if there's anything other than filters that could possibly go wrong, it would be that housing. This housing comes from Italy. It's an Italian-made housing. It's the finest in the industry, and that's why it carries a lifetime warranty. So you really have peace of mind with the system.
It also, our system has a very small footprint. It's wall mounted. And depending on where you live in the country, depending on climate, in certain areas it could be put outside your home. Most states it would be inside. Again, wall mounted. And we have small, medium, large, depending on your water consumption. For example, our small would be more for, let's say, one person living in a small condo or an RV or a boat. Our medium and large are more for more people living in a bigger home or with more bathrooms and so forth. So it all depends on consumption. How much water are you using in your household?
So we can't say enough about the Pure Waste system, what it's actually able to accomplish. A lot of people are thinking, well, it sounds absolutely amazing, and it is. And so, gosh, what might cost? It must be expensive. Part of the thing we got excited about is compared to all the systems out there, it's truly affordable, because this system, the closest thing that it compares to would be like a whole house reverse osmosis system that goes anywhere typically from like 15 to 30,000, produces a ton of wastewater, needs electricity, has to be very carefully maintained, can't do it yourself. You need, absolutely would have a contract with that. It's just exorbitant, literally at a fraction of the price. You can have a system that gives you peace of mind, purifies and cleans that water, but gives you the nutrients left in the water that water actually is supposed to have, so that you get the nutrient benefit from it that you wanted.
So it's, yes, like
Mm.
Glenn said, it's comparable to that without any of the downside of that. In a nutshell, it's just really the best that we've seen. We are very proud to represent it. We have one in our home. We sell all over the country. And just so you guys know, in case you are interested, just feel free to reach out to us. I'll tell you how you can reach us. I want you all to know that we are not hard sell. We don't even consider ourselves salespeople, although we are, because we're selling something, right? So let's be honest, we are selling and we want you to buy it, but we don't pressure. We are very low key. We want to provide the information, the education
Absolutely.
to you, and you make your own decision. We're never going to push. We're going to give you the best price that we can always, because that's how we would want to be treated if someone were selling something to us. But there's, again, never, ever any pressure. So for you guys, if you want to get in touch with us to set up a time to either do a Zoom, talk on the phone, go back and forth, whatever, through text, whatever's comfortable for you, a couple different ways. First of all, you can visit our website, thetoxictruth.info, and there will be a place where you can fill in your info to schedule a call with us. You can also find us on social media, particularly Facebook. We're on Facebook. We're easy to find. Our names are not common. So you'll be able to find us, and you can reach out to us with a private message, and we're happy to respond that way. Or if you would like to call, I'll give you my number, 1925 732 300 1925. Yes, I still have my New Jersey number. But you can call or text me anytime. So those are the ways you can reach us. And we just really want to thank you so much for tuning in, for being open. And if there's anything that we can do for you guys, anything at all, please reach out. Oh, and by the way, I forgot. I should have showed you, but you can find, we also have a book. So if you're a reader or a listener, it's called The Toxic Truth About Water. A lot of the information we shared in our podcast series will be in the book. We have a paperback, and we also have, so depending on how you like to read.
When you go to the website, thetoxictruth.info, there'll be a link there for that.
For either one.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. So any last minute words that you want to share?
Just a deep appreciation for all those who took the time to listen. Our goal was strictly, again, as Ina mentioned, to educate you, to get you the information you need to know about a topic we think is incredibly important. Just maybe one of the most important things when it comes to health, especially basics. It's a basic. Everybody's drinking water. So thanks again for tuning in. And again, if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.
We're here for you guys. Much love and so much gratitude.
Bye.